All right, welcome traders to the All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap, and we're going to be going through live order flow analysis using Bookmap. The intent here is rather straightforward. The only way that participants in the markets can interact is with their orders. So we can understand their behavior with their orders in the order flow. Therefore, we can gain an edge by understanding that behavior. And that's what we're here for. And we'll show you several examples throughout this entire webinar. That's what we do, basically. All right, so just a news item here. Been covering this last few days. The new Bookmap Desk competition. So take a photo of your workspace with Bookmap on the screen, post it on X, LinkedIn, or Instagram with hashtag Bookmap Desk, and you will be entered to win $1,000 plus 1 year of Global Plus. There's a second prize as well, $500 plus 1 year of Global Plus, and the first prize here, it includes one exchange as well, like CME, for example. If you trade the CME. All right, so it starts tomorrow. So get ready, get your, clean up your desktop and get ready to go. All right, so our Bookmap Academy journaling process in here, building our playbook. This is what we go through time and again. Every webinar, impetus, what's moving the market, the key levels, developing scenarios and strategies around those key levels, and then comes down to our setup, which is basically order flow and execution. Okay, we know our setup, we know what we're looking for, we just grade it, we determine how much risk we want to put on it, and then we execute. Look at the order flow and take it from there. So we'll go through this process in just a minute. The Bruce's pilot program in here is a subset of the Bookmap Academy. Now, the Bookmap Academy is for any sort of setup, and it's we'll give you feedback when you journal and post your charts. But Bruce's pilot program is different in the sense that we are focusing only on a few setups and really becoming experts at them, knowing them intimately, and then we are developing an edge. Okay, that's the goal here, is to build out an edge for yourself. This is the biggest gap I've seen between retail traders and skilled traders out there. Retail traders, they may know all the different setups, all the mechanics, but they don't know if they have an edge. So they kind of blindly trade setups, get really excited about it, make some money, lose some money, and then move on to the next setup without really knowing if they have an edge or not. We're here with a structured process to deliver an edge, and this is the process we go through. It is the fastest method that I have seen that allows people to very easily ramp up their trading to build their edge. Okay, so one note, later today, those of you in the pilot program, we are going to have a webinar this afternoon. It is only for the pilot program members, and we'll open up the stage and get you up on stage as well. So get your mic and everything ready, especially you new guys in the program. I want to hear from you. What's going on? Where are you in the process? How's it going? Are you up and running, etc.? All right, so let's go through some disclosures and jump in this market because there's a lot to look at here. General disclosure, all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure, trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's jump in. We're looking at the S&P E-mini here. Just wanted to, first off, let's start with the higher time frame and key levels because it's, guys, we're not making this stuff up just Like the pilot program, you are building out an edge when you start to notice certain things. So for example, we know that the market is responding directly to all the geopolitical concerns going on out there, the price of oil, inflation, all sorts of things related to this war. Now, we're looking for a sell-off, right? We are looking for a move down below this swing. It was already kind of testing that and below that swing. This was last week here. This is the daily chart. And we're looking for a continuation. Okay, we're looking for continuation to where? After we get through this swing here, the next level could be here, could be, but most likely is down here. Now, go across and look. Where did we go? Where are we bouncing? Okay, you can't make this stuff up. Okay, we go slightly below it, maybe knock some stops out, maybe get some people trapped, and then this is low enough to find buyers. All right, look at the candle. This yesterday it started. Started here. We went up. We came all the way back down. We kind of closed green here, which and it tested this level again, but we tested and broke the lows, and and then you can see the move to the upside. This is the anticipated move. The test down here was anticipated, and the move up is anticipated. And I don't know how much more we have left in this. We'll take a look here. There is a gap fill that we're looking for, but look at the swing here and see how we've just tested that up here. This swing from the 23rd of March. Okay, we've come up and retested it, and that's a previous high as well from yesterday. And we went above it, and now we're back in the price action from yesterday, it looks like. So just slightly into it. So anyway, the bigger picture, guys, during this webinar, we cover all sorts of things, but the bigger picture, these were at the beginning of the webinar, these were the anticipated moves. Okay, and today as well, this would be the anticipated move because we're looking for the retest back down to here and getting a reaction from traders. What it was, a 7% drop or something like that. That is low enough to start to find people buying. And now we don't know if it's going to be sustained or not, but we're looking for buyers down here. Okay, now that's our bigger picture and our impetus. Now, what else is going on geopolitically? Well, now we're hearing good things, right? Potentially, the war coming to an end. Trump talking about, well, this, where talks are looking good. This kind of activity. It coincides technically with this level, and we're seeing a reaction from traders, right? So, you can put these pieces together, and it doesn't take much to very simply put some of these pieces together. I'm trying to reiterate, like yesterday we were talking about Powell and him speaking at Harvard, which it's not much of a speech, but it is the chairman. Maybe it's going to be Q&A, or maybe he's going to leak something out, but it's really, we're not looking for much. It's more jawboning than anything else. But maybe something comes out, and we want to be aware about that. Anyway, now we're hearing things about geopolitical or potential end of the war, or just better news, basically. And we're seeing a technical level, and we're seeing a reaction. So these are really simple things, and that's what I'm trying to cover here, is just understanding in general these kind of simple ideas, what's kind of happening out there in the what's moving the market, the impetus. That's the number one thing that we have here on our process, right? Is understand what is moving the markets, and it's typically news. So if we understand that, then we start to look at our key levels. And then we can develop scenarios and strategies. This is a perfect example right down here. Okay, now we'll take it further, and we're going to look at, we're going to drill in different time frame and time of day here. for our scenarios and strategies. Now, we missed it. It happened earlier at the open. We'll go through it, but it's important to go through all of this here so that you guys can trust the process and put these pieces together yourself to build out your edge. Okay, and then our setup, and we'll go through some nice setups in here as well. All right, so that's the bigger picture. This is for the daily in here. Now let's zoom back in to the hourly here and the 15-minute on the right. Okay, here's the hourly. Now here's the gap down from the other day. And you can see we're just testing into that area. And we're starting to find profit taking and maybe find some sellers. Okay, now look at this 15-minute candle so far, and it's going to end here pretty soon in a couple minutes. This is a continuation pattern, right? So far, we gapped up, huge gap up. Okay, look where the gap up above this structure here, and it's a gap and go. And it retests not only, you can see this was the high yesterday, and then we came back down and went to lows. Now we're back up above the swings up in here, and we're just testing the swing here, and we're looking to fill this gap in here, right? Because there are traders trapped in here, back up in these areas in here. And this auction in here, it did not auction. Okay, it gapped. So looking for maybe coming back into that area and seeing the auction process in that area. Are buyers willing to take it into this area here? All right, so anyway, we do know that there's been profit taking so far. So so far so good. Looks pretty good for continuation. Okay, now let's jump over to Bookmap and look at the S&P, and we're going to look at the NASDAQ as well, because I think it's a little cleaner on the NASDAQ. Here's our 9:30 cash open. Here's our break, move back to point of control. Okay, around 9:45 or so East Coast time, and then our move higher. Okay, now obviously this is the continuation move. And here is our low volume pullback right in here. Okay, I hope you guys caught that. Those in the pilot program studying this new setup in here. Okay, it's a good one. We'll probably use this as an example in a replay file. And really just, kind of home in on this area in here. Okay, from the break. You look for that impulse move. You look for low volume on the pullback. You look for your low volume node. Okay, and we don't know what that low volume node is until we go in here. Here's our low volume node in here. Okay, for those of you in the pilot program, some of you guys are pointing to the low volume node in the wrong area. It's understanding this very, very quick move and very little volume you can see here in the columns that transacted. Okay, this is typical of a trending day when you get like a profile, a low volume node, another profile, a low volume node, and another profile built out or distribution. So no, we kind of bounce around. We just kind of test back down. As you can see in here, it's building, right? We're looking for, well, at this point, we don't really know it. It hasn't really kind of defined itself. It starts to kind of build out a little bit. And you can see the profile in here. And yeah, we would be looking for an area somewhere around this 64.80. Looks pretty good. There was liquidity here before. We see the move right through it. And then let's see, did we actually test back down there? No, we didn't. There was liquidity here. It was never tested, but that's okay. It's still kind of traded into very close to this low volume node. This is one of the things in the setup you need to be kind of aware of. This is a strong move. Usually on strong moves, the pullbacks are not as deep. Maybe they don't go into the low volume node. Okay, that's okay. We're looking for, we can still grab the setup because what we're looking for is buyers to start to come in. We're looking for exhaustion, or we're looking for a skew in the order book. And a skew in the book is kind of a new thing you guys have been looking at. But we'll cover more and more about it. And the really interesting thing to see in here, especially in the S&P, is this player in here. Okay, so on the offer up here, wants to get filled, and all of a sudden comes charging down to this price level here at 82.50, and does get filled here. Okay, so they were afraid, and they got filled. So I mean, I don't think that this is some sort of ignition algo in here, or that type of behavior. I might be wrong, but they got filled. We know that. Okay, you can see them getting filled right in this area in here. Okay, so I don't think there's any sort of like dubious behavior there. All right. Anyway, so what we're looking for then, okay, after the pullback in here, low volume node on low volume, which we do have low volume in here, we're looking for that volume to start to pick up, and we're looking for small structure to break, and it broke here. Okay, this is the small structure, or you can also draw in a structure like this, okay, or horizontal structure like right in here. Okay, so like a box in here, and you can see we even retested the backside of the box or into it here. Maybe this would be your entry in here. Okay, pretty aggressive entry would be right there, and we're not really too sure about this algo in here at that point, but anyway, in here looks pretty good. Looks for the continuation back up into this liquidity up in here. Okay, so there's your continuation pattern. These are some of the elements in it. Let me just bring it up, in fact, and we'll take a better look at it here. Okay, now anyway, we'll cover this more in the webinar later today. Okay, but here's our break of the structure on the impulse move and high volume away from the structure, and then we have a pullback in here, and it is on low volume. Okay, and then we look for low volume node, which it just kind of missed, but that's okay. We know that that might happen. Then we just look for the well, absorption, exhaustion, trap volume, and we don't really see much of any of that in here. Yeah, not really any of that in here. Much of that at all. Maybe a bit on the bid underneath. I mean, here, of course. I want to see them kind of trail up though, and we do have exhaustion here, and we do have buyers, and we do start to break the small structure, and we're looking for on high volume. Okay, that volume starts to come in, it starts to pick up. We're looking for this to be a continuation flag pattern here, and that's the low volume pullback. All right, and we get nice follow through to the upside. You can look for a measured move. You can look for high liquidity to transact, and you can trail your stop up, etc. Okay, but this is a pretty good setup in here. All right, I hope you guys caught it, and I did not. I was in meetings all morning long, so unfortunately, but just kind of, you come back and you really kind of kick yourself when you see that, and when they're good, guys, and you've got all these things aligned, it's looking great. You know, go for it. And on those ones, as you become more and more of an expert in that setup, you know how to grade it properly, and that's the grading process that we have in here. As you guys know, and that's why we put this in here. Now, how do you know? I get the question, how do you know this is a good setup? Okay, how do you know how to grade it? You're going to do that through repetitions in the pilot program. You're going to see enough instances in here of this setup to be able to grade it and be more objective about it. When you can do that, then you start to get to, now, you know, it'll take a while to get there, and this means you'll have to go through the replay mode, the forward testing, in sim and then also in the live. The step after that you start trading small size in the live market is scaling up. When you see good setups, you'll have the experience to know that you can put more on for something like this. This is what's going to make a big difference for yourself as a trader with your P&L. Okay, now it comes with a lot of caveats, and there will be losses as well. Okay, but learning to scale would be the next step, and we'll have a process for. I have a great process for you guys that I'm building out for scaling that'll keep you from getting hurt. All right, that's my goal in here. Basically, we're in a knife fight here. We're trying to stay in the game and trade another day. Okay, we want to weather the storm until we get to that point where we're just experts in the setup and the process in here. You have an edge, you're confident about it, and you're confident in taking your losses as well. Yeah, I wouldn't look for this as a retest in here, Brugesh. I mean, yeah, okay, this would be more like a range bound trade here, but this setup is done. Okay, and we look for another one. We need to break the range, and you can even see in here this broke the range, right? But look at this high liquidity, and did it really break these ranges? No, it didn't. That's why we really want to see. Yeah, I mean, this could be the low volume pullback. It failed, right? But it could be if it let's suppose it didn't fail here, you would look for targeting some of these areas here pretty quickly because it's not outside of the range, right? It's outside of a very small range and on a small time frame in here. But look at the liquidity in here as well. It absorbed a lot of that, so we get a test all the way back down. Okay, now it's looking pretty good though. So we've got another retest up here after testing the lows here. Okay, and now let's take a look. Okay, now this is not the setup. Okay, this is something else, but we're seeing more volume up here again. Okay, some high liquidity up here at 90. Here, look at the bid. See that skew on the bid. And now what's the reaction to that? Okay, we saw a quick move up here, but I'm not seeing buyers up here. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit closer. Let's see if we see another skew in here. Okay, just aggressors in here. There's a bit of a skew. There they go. Okay, so let's see, and let's get these buyers to trade up above this previous swing on volume back up into the highs here. Okay, so 93 to 95. All right, that's what I would look for. Now this is kind of it's kind of a derivative, or it's related to the continuation pattern that we're covering in the pilot program, but it is not the setup. All right, so just be sure. Let's just be clear on it. It is not the setup. We're looking for something, a lot clearer. So you see how, like, even this one, it started to trade above, looked pretty good to hit this liquidity up here, and it didn't. Right, so it still may come back up here, but it's right back in the range here. So all it did was peak above this previous swing here on some volume, and then it came right back in the range, right? So now we just traded back down below here. We might get buyers come in again and try to trade it back up again. Okay, so this is why I say we stay away from these kinds of setups in here, because we don't know. We only choose the good ones. Okay, the move I was looking for, because we tested already down here, was to break this and go up into some of these other previous swings here from earlier today. And you can see we failed. All it did was kind of just break it here and come right back in the range. All right, so you don't have to deal with this kind of BS and back and forth. Look for a clean and clear setup and just execute. Yeah, and that'll keep you out of this kind of stuff. Okay, the primary move was still up here. In fact, I still say primary move is going to highs here, maybe 6,500 up here. Okay, because of our higher time frame here. Okay, now our 15-minute chart. Okay, you can see we went just below the swing there, that previous 15-minute candle, and then we're back up here again. So I'm looking for momentum to pick up here on this time frame, and let's see if we can get back up into maybe, well, first off 6,500, and then the gap fill will really be up here. But I would look for this kind of 18 or 19 area in here for the gap fill. Okay, so see how this is kind of turning into, it's not really a cup and handle, but if it were a little bit higher, if we're up here, it would be. And that would be a weak top as well. You start to see this build out on the profile. It would build out up here. And let me get a pen tool. Okay, so these are tricky in that sense, because of the high is up here, right? So you can get a lot of people trapped. Now, if the high were down here at this area here, this looks pretty good. It'd be looking a lot better for even a little bit lower, like somewhere it's just kind of bouncing off of the high here. Then this profile in here, it would be built out here. You'd probably see, maybe not quite like that, but it would probably be a lot bigger, something like that, and and we'd look for the move up, right? Okay, or more likely for that move up, right? Now here we go. Okay, and this is, I would still look for it. 95 here. Let's see if we can get into that and through that, and let's see if we can get up into 6,500, the figure. Anyway, any questions on this, kind of the difference between a really higher quality setup compared to some of this other stuff in here, where you're putting on risk that it might not, it's less probable. Laura, or I don't know, Robert, Trading's Life, Vinfra, some of the new guys in here, any questions on this? There's I mean, this happens a lot. Like, we got to get out of this area up. We got to come back out above this area here, and that's why, like, when you see this kind of price action, yeah, you look for just the test up here, and I would take some off. I would up here at 95 if I were in this. I would look also for the test into 6,500, but I just don't know. Right, I'm less likely. I just don't have that high probability outlook on this, due to looking at this many times over, due to experience again. Okay, but this one in here, I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, I would look for that break, that area that we talked about, and then the move up into here or up into here. And then you can see it didn't make it up into 6,500, but it sure did a measured move here, as you guys can see. I like the measured moves, as you know, but I like to match them with liquidity. Okay, like this one here is a good match at 64.90. All right. Nadia, what are the criteria? Okay, so we covered it, and it's right here. Nadia, you know this. You've got the setup checklist, and we went through it earlier, Nadia. Now, again, like guys, I wanted to keep this super simple with only 4 points for you guys, but um, there's more nuances than what's listed here, and we'll cover it later today. Yes, but the bubble size is not that small. Um, okay, where in the current market? Yeah, no, I mean look at this decisive impulse move in here, right? Okay, we're seeing it kind of starting to look okay, but it's not that great, right? Now, what I was just talking about, though, this is, I think, what's really kind of key. Okay, Nadia, I'll get to your question in just a second. But to filter out good opportunities from bad ones, or bad opportunities from good ones, because this is where we get chopped up. This is where we start to lose money. Then we get a good trade, and it maybe just makes up for some of the losses. And then basically it's back and forth. Okay, so um, it's going to be, you're going to learn through experience, though, and that's what is really great about using the pilot program replay mode, is because you will get that experience over and over and over again. All right, so and then you will be able to know that this is not high quality. You're still looking for the move up, but it's not high quality, and that's a big distinction. Okay? And yeah, I would say just continue to use that replay mode. Look for the quality setups. When you see something that is not as good, and you're forward testing, or you've made it into the forward testing in sim, or you're in the live trading with small size, then you can take the trade, but you're not going to be scaling it up. You're going to learn that, and it's a really important distinction, is you're going to learn that it's not a quality setup. Okay, you will grade it, and you will take a screenshot of this, and you're going to build out your playbook. And let me show you guys the trading journal in here. Okay. And I want to show T. James. T. James has been doing great. Hold on a minute. It's just loading. Okay. All right. So take a look here. All right. So T. James, you don't mind if I show your journal, right? Is that okay? Oh, are you in here? I don't think you're in here. Let's see. Maybe Laura, I can show yours, or Robert. All right. Well, I got T. James is loaded up, so I'm going to go with it. He's doing great. So anyway, here's his journal. It's in replay mode, trendline break accumulation, and oh right, yeah, he's in Asia. That's right. So anyway, you can see his P&L. You can see the P&L in replay mode doesn't really matter. Nor does the profit ratio really matter. What you want to look at more is some of the details here: average winner, average loser, which she's doing well here, and biggest winner, biggest loser type of thing. But anyway, what I want to show is this: as you start to build your experience, you're starting to take your screenshots here. Okay, so he's got screenshots in here, and then here's his setup checklist up here, right? It's right up here. So Now he rated this one 10 across the board, and this is what he was looking for. He marked up his chart in here, and this is where you gain your experience about which ones look good, which ones don't look good. And now this isn't replay mode; they're all going to be pretty good, but you get the idea. And then he's got his notes in here as well. Okay. Other people. Oh, there you are. Okay, you are up and in here. Great, fantastic. So I hope you don't mind if I share your replay journal here. And so this is the experience that you're gonna build, and this is building out your playbook in here. This is an important part, guys. You're marking up your charts anyway, so all you have to do this is come in here and click on the trade that you took, and then you add your image in here. You can just drag and drop it in here, and you create notes for each trade. It will show up then in the notes over here, and then here you have your playbook. Okay, so this is, and it's, guys, you should be doing this. Everyone should be doing this in here in the pilot program because this is what you're going to build here for yourself in terms of edge, and to be able to go back and look at it. All right, so and then see how this one failed. See how this failed up here? I mean, you'll stay away from these kinds of things, and you're kind of looking at it, kind of squinting, thinking, well, I think it's got it this time, but it hasn't gotten up above the swing up here. And we got to see the test up into there first. And then this is going to be a squeeze here. No question, right? All the way back down to a low volume node down here. And there's the squeeze. Okay. Now, maybe it's news. I don't know. Doesn't matter. This is technically, this was not really what we were looking for. Even though we've said, yeah, it's coming up in here, 95, 6,500, and it still may. Okay, but couldn't quite make it. We get the exhaustion, we get the sellers here, and we get the takedown. All right. Anyway, building out, taking that screenshot of graded trades in here will help build that experience for you, and then you'll know through that that experience that this is a good setup or not. All right, for you guys trading the Nasdaq, same thing over here. I thought it was even better. Here's our breakout. Okay. Here's the, whoops. Here's our breakout. Here's our pullback. Look at the flip of the order book in here. On the offer at this price level of 23,500. Now on the bid, it actually trades, it transacts, and then we look for that. There's even a skew in the order book in here, and we get buyers, back up into high liquidity and continuation. All right. Anyway, I'm looking at the Nasdaq micro in here. It just shows up a little bit better due to the liquidity being higher. Okay, let me see if there's any questions. Gee, James, you're not that old. Okay, it's 9 p.m. So yeah, you're up. T. James, you probably won't be able to make it to the webinar later today at 2 p.m. We double check that. Hold on a minute. Yeah, 2 to 3 p.m. Later today. And that's when we'll host the. It'll be exclusively only for pilot program members. Yeah, we'll record it, but again, only those that are members will have access to it. All right. Let's see here. Sorry, it looks like did I answer a bunch of questions in here? No, Brugesh. Okay, we answered your question, right? Okay. Bull Hugger, what is actually the process to get into the pilot program? You upgraded to Global Plus. Excellent. Just you'll sign up here from the website. Okay, under the More button, bookmap.com, the More button, and then right here under Community, Bruce's pilot program. Just apply here. We need to double check on it. Now, if you tried this and you didn't get the email for it, that's fine. Just let us know, and we'll check it out here. In fact, I can look at your profile right now, and I can give you access actually right now. Okay, well, check to see now. Should have access. Okay, and what you'll see is over here, oops, up above, here you'll see the chat here. You'll see the pilot program materials, and you'll also see pilot program room. This is where we'll hold the webinar later. So guys, get your mics ready. So if you want to speak on stage and ask questions, we'll open it up and go through these in detail, because there's a lot of details. We covered it already, but I want to go through it again on this new setup. You guys have the trendline break and accumulation one down really well. This one is a little bit, it's funny. It's simpler. It's much simpler as a setup, but I think it's kind of trickier in essence, and the interpretation can be varied on it. Okay, well, look at this turned into a double top up here, basically, and we're right back down to kind of where it broke out from here, down at this 67 level. Okay, high liquidity down near this profile down here, or all of this volume down in here, and it's a little bit higher here, it looks like to me, around 61 and a half. All right, excellent, Bull Hugger. Looking forward to seeing you later. Okay, well, we do have a couple key levels down here. I mean, this is one here, is the I mean, this is where the low volume node is here, but here we're basically, let's just take a look at where this broke out from in that structure, and we're right there right now. So somewhere around in here, and then we're going to have the high volume node in here, or your point of control, which can configure here. Okay, so that's here, 61 3/4. And now it did bump up here just recently. This is the high volume node, but you can see it's coming back down to revisit the previous one. Yeah, high liquidity is down here at 60, 64.60. All right, well, let's see. Is that low enough in here to find some buyers in here? Let's take a look. Okay, in fact, we do have high liquidity getting filled down here. 1, 2, 3 levels in here, so we could get a trendline break accumulation. Now, this is not a higher time frame one at all, but we could get it here. Okay, so this is the structure to break here, 71, and yeah, not yet. I don't think it's we don't see it quite yet. Some of that liquidity looks okay in here. You know, we have a few levels in here filled for sure. But I don't see the clusters of buying in here. I don't really see it yet. Still developing. And our higher time frame level is not that good at all. Okay, we do have something though at 67. Okay, again, we'll skip it, right? We're not looking for putting on risk on something that's not that great. Thanks, Stephen. Excellent. Helping out there. All right, let me see if there's any questions over in YouTube. Sorry, guys. Oh, okay. Sandeep, can I talk about the candle with the ask and bid VWAP on it? Yeah, I mean, I thought that was pretty interesting when our CTO developed that years ago, but I haven't really found much of a use for it. But you know, let's take a quick look at it, and let's go to maybe a 5-minute chart. Okay, and let's put on the VWAPs. All right, so it's pretty interesting. Like what he did was, you know, this is the VWAP on the bid, on the ask, and the total too as well, and they're very close to each other here. In fact, okay, so on this time period in here, this is where the majority of the volume has traded. Okay, so this is something you'll have to go back and study and take a look at. Is this, you know, are you looking for it to retrade back up to the VWAP in here? You know, you'll have to go back and back test this. Okay, so you're looking for maybe a retracement back of this candle in here, and then back to the kind of average of that time period. That's kind of a lot of ifs, and you know, candles. You know, don't have any problem with candles, except that I just think that it locks in, you know, a lot of data that you can't get out of it. Okay, so really, do I really want the VWAP trade to a VWAP of the 5-minute in here? Well, if I have my studies, yeah. Okay, if I can line it up with something else, then maybe, yeah. Anyway. All right, guys, so we're traded back down to that previous point of control, which is probably the point of control now. confirm that. No, not yet. Not yet. It'll probably come down pretty soon, though. Oh yeah, you SPQ raw. You will have to be trading from Bookmap for the pilot program. Absolutely, to get it within the web journal. Yeah, no question about that. Hey, look at this. Okay, so here's the swing low from the cash open. That's another key area here. It kind of coincides with this one over here, and it coincides with the figure as well, the 650, 6450 figure here. All right. So our primary scenario was looking for after this candle here and this kind of and remember we were looking right at it in here, looking for it to come back up and retest these areas and then maybe come back up into 6,500 and then maybe try to close the gap here. It's totally failed. It couldn't make it, and here's where we don't see exhaustion. It just we came back down to here and then we broke it here on this level in here, this around this 77 level here on some pretty good sell volume. Okay, now we're getting the continuation move lower. All right, let's take a look at, let's take a step back here. Okay, so retesting back down to the swing low from the cash session. Okay, potentially filling this gap in here. All right, I would be looking here around this 6450 for some sort of reaction, or what we see a lot at this level here is maybe a move through it for a bit and then a move back up above 6450 and then the continuation move, or back up into this range. Okay, so let's talk about the, or go through this in here, about this high liquidity in here. High liquidity filled here at 6460, a little bit below it as well. This liquidity is filled in here. You see the big red dots into that high liquidity. Also here. Okay, there's still selling pressure though. Okay, so what we're looking for, and this is about the trendline break accumulation, the reversal, is we're looking for not just for checking the box for 3+ levels of high liquidity filled. We're looking for when this starts to dampen or kind of absorb the sellers. Okay, see how there's just more selling still. Okay, so here we are below that swing now, and there's still more selling. Okay, we don't even really see pockets of buying, not yet. This isn't significant enough. And for those of you in the pilot program, again, like hover over your, first off, put your volume delta bars up here. Okay, so volume delta bars here. I use the same smart clustering as I do for the dots, and copy it over. And then what we're looking for is, okay, now we've traded into these areas of high liquidity, and if we can raise this up, left click, hold, and drag it up a little bit, we can start to see these clusters of buyers a little bit better in here. So that one's more significant. Okay, so maybe we're starting to get there. Okay, we got our 3+ levels. Okay, and we traded into this one here at 47. And all right, here come our aggressive buyers. Okay, and then also looking for breaking not only this trend line, but also this horizontal structure here at 52. And again, we have not gotten there. Okay, but we're starting to note that in here, right? We found some buyers. Okay, so our sellers all done in here. This is the question we're answering. Certainly not enough buyers yet, that's for sure. Now let's bring up the setups checklist for that. Okay, so this will be a good review. This is, I've got it loaded here for the low volume pullback, but just click on settings, import, and then in here, you'll see your trendline break accumulation down here. That comes up by default, and then here it is. Number one, passive accumulation on 3+ levels, key level on the higher time frame, a break of structure of the trend line, and then aggressive accumulation. Okay, this is starting to all kind of pan out here. Okay, looking much better. Look at the bid under here at 50. Okay, and then we're just testing this structure in here. It looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. How's that buying? Okay, we found the aggressors in here, right? So yeah, let's see if we can maybe get a. Now we're trading onto this higher time frame trend line that we drew up here. Okay, so maybe a bit of a pullback right now. Okay, and then let's see if we can look for those aggressors to come back in. Let's see it. Let's see it, aggressors. And not enough. A little bit better. A little bit better. Okay. Now we need to see them break it here and then up into 60, where that high liquidity was up here. Okay. Starting to break that structure on buying, so this looks good, right? And now we're looking for back up into 60 here, and the high volume node is a little bit higher here, around 62 or so. Okay, there you go. Okay, so let's see. For hitting a single, you'd take some off here at 60. Okay, I like this setup. So I think that we've got more room to run here. We tested. We've come back all the way here to test. Okay, and we're bullish for today, right? So this is a good area to look for that reaction on the higher time frame. So our level is good, and we're getting our aggressors, and we had a lot of liquidity getting filled here our 3+ levels. Okay, so yeah, you would have hit your single already. There's our high volume node. Okay, now it's down here, as you can see it moved. But I'm looking for the continuation or the move higher here. High liquidity up here at 75 looks pretty good as well structurally to where it kind of dropped from here. Yeah, I really like that 75 up here. That's a good target. All right, guys, not bad at all. Not bad at all. We saw the whole thing kind of develop in here. And we were conservative on this one too, right? We're looking for it up in here to start to pick up, right? We waited. Like, if you're more aggressive, you probably would have been looking for this one down here. But here we started to note it in here, and you know it met the criteria. We're looking for those aggressors, and then the move up into, well, we had the high liquidity here at 58, but we wanted to see 60 because of the previous transactions here. And that's where it kind of hovered for a bit, and then it broke out. Yeah, this is nice. Is Duzman in here today? Let's see. No. Okay. Well, there's something nice about this setup in here for today. All right. This trendline break accumulation. This is where I would use a trailing stop on it. Now, those new in the program, like, you know, you wouldn't be using, well, I'll have a replay file for this setup as well. Okay. But, and then work on trailing your stop. Okay, but we're in the replay mode, just build confidence. You know, you just want to trust it, trust the setup, be able to make a distinction between a good one and a bad one, or not so good. And then you know, you are kind of you're building out your edge. Make a little bit of money and then just get better. Okay, so you stay in the game, you make a little bit of money, you just get better, and then you know, you kind of dust yourself off and you get up and you know, start to do pretty well or a little bit better and a little bit better after that. Okay, so is this going to turn into a continuation pattern in here? I don't know. I mean, I like this move here. I know it's a stop run, but I like that this liquidity traded here. So yeah, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for this 75 level here. Okay, as this continuation pattern. Okay, so you can see that the trendline break accumulation is starting to turn into a continuation pattern. Okay, it's not really the best in here, but it's not bad. Okay, the volume's high. It did break the structure, and we're back up here again, and the volume's pretty high. Okay, let's see what that bid looks like underneath here, and let's see if we can get those buyers. Okay, there's our bid right there, right? There's our reaction. Now, I want to see these guys pull at 70. Let's see them pull it away. And I'd like to see them kind of add more up higher. Okay, we got our aggressors though. Okay, there's more, looking good. Okay, a little bit of a skew, a little bit of a push underneath. There we go. Now, let's continue. Okay, now I'm looking for more of a continuation. Okay, so up into 72. And then, yeah, maybe we can get up into 75 here. This is the CDC, CQC. That's what I got to change this back. Sorry, this is from yesterday. There we go. Okay, there's 72. Okay, there's 75. Beautiful. Just beautiful. All right. Okay, guys. So now, if you're trailing your stop on this, uh, you can, because we're still looking for potentially the move back up to the swing high, and then 6,500, as well as that what 65 17 or 18 up here, right? Okay, so if you guys are looking for that bigger move, then trail your stop. This is nice. This turned into both our setups in here. Okay, and this is something really good. This is why we cover the trendline break and accumulation first. All right, so the trendline break accumulation is looking for and understanding this turnaround, okay, from all of this high liquidity getting filled at a key level, and if Duzman were in here, it's different because this is a pullback, but we're still bullish in the bigger picture. Okay, it's this here. It's a pullback into this area in here. Okay, and now we're seeing a good reaction out of that area. Okay, so that's different here. That's different than going to all-time highs and then looking for a reversal. Okay, because it didn't do it. A lot of times it won't do it because that's still a bullish move. Even though you see high liquidity trading on the way up. There's just more buyers all together. Okay, but this is a pullback within a bullish day, and that's different. So these can turn into some really nice moves. Guys, any questions? We're going through a lot of stuff in here. I mean, these are important important points. There's got to be some questions. Think or Swim, is it okay for the pilot program? No, it's not. You will need to subscribe. Sorry about that. It's just we don't really we can't know. So anyway, so we saw what I wanted to cover in here was, okay, so we saw the reversal, okay, but look how this parlayed really nicely into a continuation pattern. And that's really that's why, if we can understand this move here, it's going to be much easier to start to understand this move here and the continuation move. I hope that makes sense. And this is not the greatest continuation move in here. Let's just take a look at it. See how it's just kind of wonky in here. Like, yeah, it's a stop run, and then it kind of chopped, and then it broke out up in here. Okay, it would have been really nice if we saw something like this. Hold on. If we saw this move, and then it came back down to, I don't know, maybe in here someplace, but on low volume, not a stop run, but like this kind of volume in here, pulls back like this, and then we get our exhaustion here. We get maybe high liquidity on the bid in here. We get a move, we break the small structure, and we get high volume in here. Okay, so we got kind of a variation of it. We didn't get this though. That would have been a beautiful move. Okay, the one earlier today near the open was better, much better. Okay, making a distinction between the two. Now, what we do like about this one here is we already know the buyers are in control down here. Okay, so that's why we're looking for that, a little bit of a pause, a little bit of a break, and then continuation. All right, so I'm still looking for a continuation here as well. Now this is some of the distinctions, guys. See the volume up in here, how it kind of exhausts out a little bit. It's not as strong all the way through. Okay, this impulse move in here. So we can when you see that in here, it may lead to more chop up in this area. Okay, these are the distinctions that you'll start to put together and learn by well, through these webinars, but through your own experience. I'm still looking for it, okay, but I just don't like it as much because I didn't find that consistency in the buying up in here. The webinar will be at 2 p.m. East Coast time, Vinfra. Okay, I think you're Central European time, so now you're 6 hours different starting from last Sunday, so 8 p.m. your time, and it'll be about an hour. Okay, I want to leave off on something here about this continuation move, because like I said, we're kind of starting to see it unfold again here, and I'm looking for it. I think it's more likely than not. Again, like, all the risk disclosures, past performance, not necessarily indicative of future results, but like we can see that there's still some buying pressure in here, okay? More than there is selling. A little pocket of selling in here. I would look for it to continue. What was I going to cover? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, another distinction in here, right? Basically, it's over here, and I kind of hesitated to mention it because we didn't really quite know about this 67 level here, but making a distinction between continuation and reversal. Okay, and this can get kind of confusing, but let's cover this, and we'll go over more of it in the future. See the little pocket of buying in here, and then we broke or just tested this structure up here. This turned into more of like a continuation pattern in here. Okay, we're looking for the potential for the reversal, but we had kind of like we mentioned that these levels in here weren't, yeah, it kind of fit like 3, or 3+ levels in here, but not the greatest. Not like this liquidity down here, and not like this area down here being a much more of a key level. Okay, at 64.50 or just below it. I mean, all of that really lines up nicely. So once you become more and more experienced with this, and you see that, okay, it's a pocket of buying, but it's not enough, I'm looking for it to press the bottom edge here. So once you start to see the selling coming in, you can look for a move back down to the bottom of the edge, or the continuation move back down into high liquidity. Okay, so this goes back into Duzman. This would be like a Duzman on those days when we were going to all-time highs, and I'm not beating up on him. It's just like he was perfectly going through the checklist in here, and he'd get kind of a pause in the price action, but you got continuation. This is the opposite in here. Like it's doing exactly that. You get the pause in the continuation, and then the continuation. Okay, because here, even though you have that high liquidity, slow it down a little bit, we don't see the turnaround. So we're still looking for at least to the bottom of the edge here, and then maybe some chop, right? And maybe it goes sideways for a long time. We don't know. Okay, but a lot of times you'll get the move back down to the bottom, at least the retest of the bottom edge here, and a lot of times you'll just simply get the continuation move as well. Okay, so now because we understand these elements in the the setup and we understand them really well, we can start to look for these things. Okay, we can start to look for, aha, now this one's quality. We can also start to look for, aha, I know that I'm on a bottom edge and we're bullish for today. Okay, so I'm looking for a continuation out of this as well. And we got it. Okay, and we're looking for another continuation move out of this one here as well. And we just didn't like this kind of exhaustion up in here, but we're still looking for it. Okay, we're still bullish for today, and we got it. Okay, and we're still looking for it. All right, so we may come back up into the 6,500 now. Okay, after clearing everyone out down here, and then coming back up in here, and then maybe we can fill this gap here. All right, so looking for a retest back up into the highs here around 94 or so. This is the bigger picture. Okay, we need to see, and then if we can, then we'd look for the continuation move back up into the gap. Okay, because you can see we just kind of trade up into it here. All right, guys, I think, boy, no questions. Okay, I'm kind of shocked. Anyway, is there an intensive program? The intensive program is this pilot program. DENS. Does the pilot program have a finish date? Well, yeah, basically, once you learn the process, you can move on to whatever setup you want to trade. Okay, so it's really not so much about the setup, it's about the process. Oh, thank you, Randall. Yeah, you're most welcome. It's really understanding a continuation move, a reversal. I mean, look, I think that these things are going to always, these elements in here for both our reversal and for our continuation will always be in the market in some way, shape, or form, because it's just order flow. It basically kind of has to be there, so I don't think it'll ever change. But heck, this day and age with AI, people trading all sorts of different ways based off of all sorts of different things, we have no idea, but that's okay. So as long as you understand the process for building an edge, then you can take that forward into another setup, and another setup after that. Okay? It's really much more about the process. Okay? Now, maybe it's enough for just understanding the setups, and you're good. You're good for forever, the rest of your life. But the goal is to understand the process for building an edge. Okay, something you can trust, you can lean on, and just get over that hump. That you have an edge. You trust it. You can take the trade, and most likely it will work out. Not all of them, but it's okay. You know how to deal with the risk. You have a plan in place to take care of that as well. All right, guys. I'm gonna leave you with that, and you can see here. See how it's like. Okay, we traded up into. We come up to the highs yet? Not yet, right? We came back up into here where we kind of dropped from, and now we're starting to see a pocket of selling. Okay, so I don't know if we're done yet or not. We're still in an uptrend. Okay, I imagine we'll probably find some buyers retest it back up in here. Okay, back up into this zone, but we don't know. Okay, and if you trailed your stop aggressively, you would be out up in here. Okay, your trail would probably be up around this 81 level, some 82, 81, and you would have been stopped out. Anyway. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming. This was we saw a couple of good examples in here. I'll have the replay file for you guys later, and then we'll see you later today at 2 p.m. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.